I think you've only got to go around Birmingham City Centre yourself to see a plethora of what we've got, from the food to the music.
And a lot of good athletes, you know, now are coming out of Birmingham, whether that be football, you know, myself, Jude, even UFC with Leon Edwards.
That's what kind of kid he is, that's Birmingham.
Birmingham, the second city. Home to a culture known for its history in football, iconic music, rooted in industry. We're asking the question, what's going on in Birmingham?
Trying to push to the top of the pack, think I'd stop, no, never that.
In the heart of England, where the grit of industry meets the rhythm of resilience, lies Birmingham.
Ballers, musicians and creatives have been making noise these sides, but we're here to meet someone who doesn't pull their punches in the ring or on the mic. Let's go.
I'm coming for the belly, so you better know I'm...
Yes, bro.
Yo, what's good, man?
How you doing?
Thank you for letting me in my Krakens, man. So Jay, man, we're in the ring. It's the first time I've been here. I've played down in Birmingham before, but I've never been to these sides. These are your sides. So talk to me about coming up in Small Heath.
I was born literally around the corner from this gym, and I think I was 4 when I moved to Small Heath, and it's literally like a stone's throw away from the Blues ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I grew up. Like, every time there was a goal, my house would shake. Like,
Swear?
Yeah. So I think that's when my love for the Blues and all of that come into it. It's very multicultural. There's a lot of faiths there. Everyone's got respect for each other. It's very welcoming, very hospitable. It's one of them places, man, like, Small Heath's a staple, brother, and you'll get to see it in a bit.
Like, growing up, who inspired you? I know you went on tour with Skepta, the Konnichiwa tour, and then I think you spoke about Getz and Skepta in the grime scene. Who put...
They're the two, like, main people I would say that I listened to and I enjoyed listening to when I was younger.
There were Birmingham MCs and stuff like that, but they weren't making it to the big time like those kind of people.
There was Devilman was the pinnacle at the time from Birmingham as an MC.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying, Mike Skinner was the pinnacle. Obviously we've got UB40, which is a big Birmingham band, like they're legends.
Yeah.
You got people like Ozzy Osbourne and people like that. For what we're doing, there wasn't really a pinnacle to reach or somebody that we could be inspired to from Birmingham and look up to, like, raw, my man's killed it, I want to do that.
Where's popping in Birmingham? Like, do you know what I mean? I need to know, because I'm from outside of Birmingham.
I like going raving, bruv. That's more my scene. Like, I like house and garage music, and that's more my kind of thing. I would go Lab 11, I would go The Mill. The Mill's the old Rainbow. It's not even The Mill no more, it's XOYO Birmingham. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard of it, I've heard of it.
That's originally the Rainbow. That's probably where it all started. Like, there was a rave on the last Thursday of every month called Goonies. I've got myself in there, then I've got on stage with Roll Deep and Clash Deep, my man, and then, you know.
So is that where it all pretty much started?
Yeah, like, that was how I kind of like got into this ring. Like, kind of like people from London first started hearing about me through Goonies, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, like P Money, Manga, Scratchy.
Yeah.
These kind of people, like, the first ever experience of me was in that little 300 room.
I just think you're killing it right now, and you're putting Birmingham definitely on the map if it wasn't before. But you've got people like Leon Edwards, as you said, Jack Grealish, Jude Bellingham, which we're going to touch on because we're going to go to St Andrews later.
You'll see the painting of him on the wall, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro,
You've retired his shirt.
Yeah,
22.
bro, and people laughed at it, you know what I'm saying? He was a kid and we retired his shirt, you know what I'm saying? And he went to Dortmund and no one knew what he was going to do. And I screamed about this kid for so long. Like, a couple of people told me about him from when he was playing in the youths, because I know a few of the lads that used to help training with him. And everyone always used to say,
it's him.
Bellingham, like, that's the guy to look out for out of all these kids. There's bare good kids, but he's the one that we need to look out for, and he's proven himself. I went out with him, not this New Year's Eve, the New Year's Eve before, bro. Bro, I seen other footballers that were in the same nightclub that are nowhere near his level of fame, that people were going up to asking for photos and they were getting shunned, and Jude Bellingham took a photo with every single person that come up to him that night. Yeah. Showed love to him, put his arm around him, took a photo and done his thing, like made him feel welcome. That's what kind of kid he is, that's Birmingham. Yeah.
But then obviously you've got owners as well, like big names like Tom Brady, who I've seen another photo of you with. Like, what's it like meeting someone who's a goat at a complete different sport, and then them tying into football and having the love for Birmingham City?
Yeah, it's mad. Like, what brought Tom Brady to Small Heath? You know what I'm saying? I'm on board. You know what I'm saying? With what our owners are doing now. Whereas and I think I speak for all Blues fans.
St Andrews is over there. I want you to show me St Andrews how you experience it as well, man.
Are you sure?
I don't know, man.
Came through with it again. They know that I got spirit with a pen. Don't know why they try to compete when they know that in victory it's never gonna end.
This is probably the second time that I've been to St Andrews, and obviously my experience is completely different. Like, do you get what I mean? I've come watch the game here, but seeing people actually from Birmingham being in their spot as well, it feels like football culture here is completely different to down south.
Birmingham's got Birmingham City, it's got Villa,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, who do you pick?
Who do you pick?
Yeah, yeah, and this is who I ended up lining up with.
To be honest, we were talking to Jack Grealish. I got a video for you, actually. I got a video for you.
I think there's like, you know, a few good rappers that have come up from Birmingham, you know, people like Mist. Jaykae, obviously Jaykae is a Birmingham City fan now, so it's a bit of a shame, but...
Good lad though, yeah, he could have cussed me if he wanted to, innit, but yeah.
But then, how does that rivalry feel, obviously, being from Blues and Villa? Like, Jack Grealish was their boy before. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
We've seen some scenes, obviously, with Birmingham fans and Villa fans, but I feel like
of course, I'm just for an individual, bro, for a kid from Birmingham who's been with his boyhood club and done big things for them.
Yeah.
Got them promoted, won derbies, done mad things for him. Like, you have to be happy for the kid who's changed his life.
Obviously, we spoke about Jude, how good of a player he is, having someone going from Birmingham to the Bernabeu as well. Like, what's that done for the city as well?
I can imagine there's just a lot more kids now that just want to be like him.
Yeah.
And can see it's easily done. And there's a lot of kids that play for our youth that probably idolise him now and can see themselves probably exceeding what he's done in life. Do you know what I'm saying? I just think he's inspired a whole generation of kids from Birmingham, West Midlands, that I just think want to be like him now.
It's about to go down, it's about to get live.
One local lad forged in claret and blue needs no introduction. From Villa's hero to City's cup winner. Jack Grealish, a legend of the club and the city. A man whose roots to Birmingham helped shape him into the treble-winning star.
Well, yeah, obviously all my family are from Birmingham. Growing up there, you know, was yeah, something that I really enjoyed. I had a great upbringing. I obviously moved to Solihull when I was 4, and yeah, spent all of my childhood there. And obviously, you know, been an Aston Villa fan as well. In like Solihull town centre, where like Touchwood shopping area, there used to be like, well, there was like a row of shops, and then round the back, like there was like a massive wall. And me and my friends, we always used to play football there. Like, it was just something that yeah, I really remembered growing up, and not long ago I went into Touchwood for some food with my mum, and I actually drove around the back of there, you know, just to like see it again and not relive my childhood, but you know, just to go there and think about some of the memories. Gabby Bonlahor, from obviously from Villa. He was just someone that I always looked up to, because him being a Villa fan and being from Birmingham and coming up through the academy was something that I could really relate to. And then, you know, towards the end of my career, I obviously had the chance to play with him. He was my captain as well for a little bit. So yeah, he was just someone, like I says, really looked up to, always scored in like the derby games against Birmingham City. So that's another reason why I loved him. I think Birmingham is obviously good, you know, for the music scene, and a lot of good athletes, you know, now are coming out of Birmingham, whether that be football, you know, myself, Jude, even UFC with Leon Edwards. But yeah, I feel like the music scene is also doing very well.
A short distance from St Andrews lies another huge presence within the football landscape of the West Midlands. Aston Villa, the Villains. 7-time FA Cup winners, European Cup winners, a storied club and giants of the English game.
Up the Villa!
Since the day I was born, the first match I come to was in my mum's stomach, and I've been ever since, and I'm a season ticket holder.
I remember when I was at school, I used to lie to my dad and say I need to go to my friend's house to go and play, do computer work, and he used to be waiting here for me.
I think it's important to Birmingham as a city to have a club that's synonymous with the Premier League, and it's, you know, an inspiration for children and people that grow up in the area.
Villa are the pride of the Midlands. We're the only Premiership team here. We're the only one representing.
From people outside of Birmingham, they don't realise how big it is. You know, people will always argue about what the biggest derby is. It's a pure hatred between the two clubs, and there's a lot of history behind it, both from sort of the classes of the people that support the club going back hundreds of years up to, you know, where we are now. So it does mean an awful lot. I think you've only got to go around Birmingham City Centre yourself to see sort of the plethora of what we've got, from the food to the music to the fashion and the culture of what we've got. And Villa is synonymous with having, you know, a plethora of different players from different backgrounds and different nations and cultures. So it really is sort of the beating heart of what we do around the city. Yeah, the FA Cup is important. I lost my father in 2009. He was a season ticket holder from 1971 up to when he passed, and it's the only trophy you didn't see Villa win. And it's one of those trophies that, from the Parks pitches up to the national game, you know, anybody can actually enter that competition with a chance of winning it.
You know, the FA Cup is, you know, one of the most iconic club competitions in the world, you know, whether you're from England or not. I think everyone takes notice of it, and everyone knows, you know, how special it is. And yeah, you know, to win that last year was unbelievable. Obviously, you know, part of our treble winning season also, which obviously makes it even better. When I was at Villa, obviously, I was fortunate enough to play in the final. We got beat 4-0. I was only 19 at the time, but you know, to play in it was so special. And yeah, to go one step further last year was unbelievable.
So what's going on in Birmingham? This is an industrial city where people understand the value of hard graft and a tight-knit community, influenced by a diverse range of cultures. It's a city with fierce football rivalries, but they'll never forego their respect. It's these characteristics that build a solid foundation for the next generation of global superstars, but they don't forget their roots. They will always be born and raised in Birmingham.